Hey there everyone, Joe here. Welcome to day 4 of the Daily Drawing Challenge. Today we're going to be drawing hands and, well, specifically I said photos of hands, but in the process of taking pictures of my hands, I realized that the lowest entry into doing that would be if you have two hands, look at your other hand and do that. But I did take pictures, and here's how you do it. Basically, just take your camera, set it on the table, go up to your camera settings, set the timer for 3 seconds, and take a picture, and then hold it while the second timer goes off, and then take as many as you can, and then you're good to go. Basically, just pull up your gallery, and you've got the images of your hand. So, but other ways to make it easy would be, so besides just drawing your own hand, you could, if you're having breakfast with somebody or lunch or dinner, just basically draw their hands. So, but today I'm just going to, oops, sorry about the clicking. Today, I'm just going to use my other hand, but really, if you've got the gallery, we'll give you some other options and stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask down below in the doobly-doo, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you have. So, all right, without further ado, let's press play and get the 10 minutes going. Okay, I'm just going to basically, hold my hand, curl it up into kind of a, some kind of a grabber claw here. And with the pen, I'm really, I'm still kind of just concerned with, how the shapes and forms of the object I'm drawing are. So we got some nice wrinkles there. And then you've got, so what's interesting is the way this, you can almost map out your hand a little bit. So some foreshortening that's happening. Foreshortening is when objects are kind of foreshortened. They're in the foreground, and so it looks like here I've got that shape around here. So let's do this. All right. And again, the reason I chose a pen for this first week is so you don't think about erasing. So, because you want really to have as much time as you can with the drawing, especially since we're doing only 10 minutes. Now, if you don't have time for 10 minutes, like I've said before, don't let that stop you from drawing every day. 30 seconds, everything, as long as you're getting involved with the drawing process, you are doing it. And that goes for any habit, really. Anything that you're trying to do on a daily basis. Like, for instance, maybe you want to do exercising. Don't say, oh, like 15 minutes, it's too hard, I don't have time. Just do 3. Do 1. 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm really right now, I'm like trying to figure out what are the shadows. Got kind of that harsh light coming through. And again, and I'm trying to follow the form when I'm making these cross-hatching patterns here. So see what's the darkest darks. Looks like I've got the thumb. The thumb should be a little bit bigger here. And then I tend to want to give it my wrist here to come through a little bit. So you can give yourself some kind of some semblance of where your hand's attached and everything. Okay, let's get this. Let me push the contrast here a little bit more, and then we'll pick a new shape, and some light here on my arm. The new shape of a hand, mainly because while you're doing this exercise, you want to give yourself as many poses as possible. But also because my hand is kind of cramping up. So I'm going to use I'm going to stretch it out, and we're going to draw from basically something where my muscles are extended. Ooh, I'm bouncing a little bit there. It's a little shaky. When you're pushing on your forearm muscle and you're trying to flex, and all of a sudden your hand starts to bounce. Now, really, I'm kind of just, at this point, I'm not even really worried too much about about getting the exact shape. I'm just trying to figure out like what is that basic shape. So for instance, like here, got a little bit of a where my joints are. You know, the more you can do this, the better you'll get at looking at where those breaks are coming through, like what, you know, and then it'll help too if you're cartooning or working on any of your own artwork. See, this shape was kind of goofy here. It's a little bit thicker there. And then this, same problem. But with that first coming through, it kind of gives you an idea of like where your shape should go. And at this point, because we're doing it fast, we're not seeking perfection. We're seeking a kind of a better understanding of how that form and how that shape comes through. Like how these thumb joints. So that comes through here. Got kind of this ball joint here, and then how is your thumb shaped? Here. Okay, let's come through. Looks like I made my fingers a little bit on the thin side. So maybe it's wishful thinking. Those sausage fingers. Okay, so I'm going to try a different one. Let's see. I'm going to make it holding something. So if you have a pen or another extra pencil or something, you can have it holding a brush or whatever. Maybe if you're having breakfast, you grab yourself a spoon or a fork. Kind of see how the hand kind of curls in on itself to make this. So we got here. It's just black, so then we got this. We don't have to worry too much about where that goes because we're concerned mostly with where the fingers are. Let yourself make mistakes. That's I think one of the biggest things about a daily sketch. Don't be afraid to goof up. I'm saying that as much for you as it is for me. You're drawing in front of people, it's like, yeah, okay, that isn't even, does that even look like a hand? What are those, sausages? Is that a hot dog? See, I lose track of what I'm doing and then get all distracted. But that's okay. Like I said, this whole process is learning. Every day that you can draw is a day where you're going to learn. You're going to learn something about your hand-eye coordination. You're going to learn something about something that you're looking at. Maybe there's something you didn't realize. You know how, like I said, I knew my hands were wrinkly, but whoa. What's the how contrast look, the lighting, it's all going to be different every time you look. You change the shape. I mean, if I turn my hand a little bit, let's give this a little bit of some dimension, even though it's way out there. So let's change it up. Let's just do something a little different. Oh, got a note from part-time job here. That's next on my list. I'll be working on some snowflakes. I'll do them in probably Adobe Photoshop here. Won't show that to you yet. I think once this 30 days is up, I'll be working on showing you how I go about taking my sketches and pulling them into Photoshop and manipulating them for commercial work, I guess. So whether that be my own YouTube, not YouTube, this is YouTube, my own threadless store, or if it's for this part-time job that I'm doing where I'm working on monthly cartoon coloring stuff for kids to draw. This is gonna be, I'm screwing up this angle here, so let's get it up. Maybe focus a little bit more. It's not too bad. Really needs to be fatter, but that's okay. Oof. So let me do it quicker, because that's, I think what's happening is I'm losing. Let's see. When you pick a shape that you haven't drawn before, sometimes that's where it gets to be. Confusing here. We're coming up on the last final minute. So the other thing you can do is, we'll go over a little bit, but you can just basically just draw your pen. Oop, let's stop the timer. Draw your pen hand here. I guess that's the most, the lowest entry in terms of drawing a hand. Is that being able to draw that ear. Draw your own drawing hand, right? So there we go. Okay, put the pen down. So that was it. 10 minutes. You know, if you, like I said before, this is a daily drawing challenge, so you can develop a daily drawing habit. And if you could do 10 minutes, that's awesome. If you did more than 10 minutes, even better. If you only did a minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, it's all great, you know, and you all deserve a high five. Let's do some celebrating. So we made it to day 4. Day 5 is going to be bottles. So it could be your water bottle that you've got on hand, if you've got a water bottle on hand, but you know, water bottles, pop bottles, beer bottles, whiskey bottles, perfume bottles, whatever it takes. So thanks again for joining me on this 30-day drawing challenge. Hope you've had fun. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please be sure to give me a like. Share this with your friends if you think anybody could be helped by doing a daily drawing challenge. And you know, subscribe. And I'll be sure and if you hit the bell icon also, you get a notification that I've posted a new video. So currently, there's going to be a daily video go up through the end of January, the 31st. And after that, I'm going to see what happens. But this daily drawing thing is pretty fun. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks a lot. Hope you have a great day. Hey, if you give somebody a reason to smile, you might just get to smile too. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye. All right.